What we are now being told that there will be no bilateral talks between India and China when National Security Advisor Ajit Doval visits China on the 26th and 27th of this month for the BRICS NSA's meet. So as of now, bilateral talks have been ruled out. India today has learned that China is not keen on any bilateral dialogue till the time Indian troops withdraw from what China says it's its territory. Bhutan insists that that's disputed territory. India is standing up for a friend in need. India, on the other hand, sources say, has also not sought any bilateral meeting with China. National Security Advisor Ajit Doval will be in Beijing for the BRICS National Security Advisors meet on the 26th, 27th and 28th of July. I want to cut across to our Foreign Affairs editor Geeta Mohan for more on this. Geeta, the tense standoff at Doklam continues. What's the diplomatic road ahead now that you're reporting that there will be no bilateral between the NSAs?
Well, the fact is that there is going to be no let-off from the Chinese side is what the signaling is. But Gaurav, the fact of the matter is that even as China is trying to act absolutely custard when it comes to the stand on withdrawal of Indian troops, India has not sought for a meeting on the sidelines of the BRICS NSA's meet. Having said that, there was speculation that the special representatives on border talks, Ajit Doval from the Indian side and Yang Jiechi from the Chinese side, would meet when they are in the same city on the sidelines of the BRICS NSA's meeting, which Ajit Doval would have attended on the 27th and the 28th of this month. But right now what we are learning is that that meeting is absolutely ruled out, given the tense situation between the two countries. What's the way forward, Gaurav? Right now, it just seems like the diplomatic exchanges between the mission and the Foreign Office continues, and one will have to wait and see whether if there is going to be a middle path that will come about for both countries to really start coming back to the talking table on issues that concern India and China, as also the issue of the tri-junction, the India-Bhutan-China tri-junction.
There will be no bilateral talks between the special representatives of India and China on the sidelines of the BRICS NSA meet. It's been ruled out, at least for now. That's our top focus story. India Today's Geeta Mohan, the first to break that big story. There is a tense standoff that continues at the Doklam Plateau that's entered its second month. And at this point of time, it was hoped that when the National Security Advisor of India, Ajit Doval, travels to China, remember he's also the special on boundary talks with China, there could be a way forward that could be found. But what sources are telling India Today's Geeta Mohan, China is not keen on any dialogue. China has put a precondition that India should withdraw from the Doklam Plateau first. India, on the other hand, has also not sought any bilateral meeting with China. NSA Ajit Doval will be in China for the BRICS, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa National Security Advisors meet on the 27th and 28th of July. I quickly want to cut across to my colleague Geeta Mohan for more on this. Geeta, at this point of time, this is extremely significant. The standoff has been there for a month plus. It was hoped that when the NSA, who's also the special representative on boundary talks, when he travels, perhaps a way forward could be found.
Well, absolutely, Gaurav. That was the speculation. But right now, what India today is learning is that any kind of talks on the sidelines of the BRICS National Security Advisors meeting in Beijing between 27th and 28th has been ruled out for now. What we are also learning is that India, on her part, has not sought a separate meeting with the Chinese special representative on boundary question, Yang Jiechi. There is no meeting that India has sought, even as China has been sending out statements after statements, Gaurav, that unless and until there is withdrawal of troops, that there can be no forward movement or dialogue. Preconditions have been set by the Chinese side. Indian side has kept all its options open. The diplomatic channels continue to exchange and engage each other. We do know that Indian embassy is engaged with the Chinese Foreign Office, but for now, the meeting between the special representatives of India and China absolutely ruled out.
Okay, so no special representatives talking, only BRICS issues come up. On ground, how is India assessing the entire situation? Could it spiral out of control? Could there be a situation where, there could be a skirmish because the soldiers are facing off with each other? China is releasing a lot of video images of exercises being carried out, weapons firing that's happening, but apparently our sources say all of this happened 1 month ago. It happened 700 kilometers away. This is all psychological warfare. So where is it headed, Geeta?
Well, Gaurav, the fact is that right now what our sources are telling us is that the issue and the situation is manageable. The escalation that India and China are seeing is unprecedented and never seen before like escalation, where the Chinese side is absolutely stubborn on the stand that it has taken, and not paying heed and attention to what the Bhutanese side has said about the kind of aggression that they've seen from the Chinese side. But having said that, right now the Indian and Chinese side are only looking at de-escalating, but without any loss of faith for either side. The withdrawal of troops precondition is for the Chinese side, and the Chinese side are maintaining on that ground. The Indian side continues to maintain that it is something that the Indian side did only because Bhutan had asked them for help. It is not Indian territory. It is a disputed territory, the tri-junction.
Yes.
And India, China, Bhutan all will have to come to the talking table to resolve the matter, which is what India is looking at this point in time. But will it happen at the end of this month when National Security Advisor Ajit Doval is going to be in Beijing? They'll play it by the ear for us.
Track that story. That's a huge development that's taking place. Geeta Mohan, for the moment, many thanks for joining me. China wants India to withdraw first. India refuses to blink. India is staring the dragon in the eye. And this is a game of brinkmanship. At the same time, India is watching the situation very, very closely.